our next news. South Korea's defense ministry has summoned Japan's defense Attache today to protest an annual white paper published by Tokyo, which made a territorial claim over disputed islands located in the East Sea. Both sides claim long-standing territorial rights over the islands, which are known as Dokdo in Korean and Takeshima in Japanese, and they lie roughly halfway between the two countries. South Korea's defense ministry said in a statement that its international affairs chief Lee Kwang-sok had summoned the Japanese defense attache to Korea in protest. Lee demanded the immediate removal of Japan's territorial claims from the paper and added that the government will sternly respond to any attempts to harm sovereignty over the Dokdo Islands. According to reports, Tokyo has claimed the islands as its own territory in its annual defense white paper for decades, prompting protests from Seoul. The islands are currently controlled by Seoul with a small contingent of coast guards.
네, 정부는 일본 정부가 7월 15일 화요일 발표한 방위백서를 통해 역사적, 지리적, 국제법적으로 명백한 우리 고유의 영토인 독도에 대한 부당한 영유권 주장을 되풀이한 데 대해 강력히 항의하며 이를 즉각 철회할 것을 촉구합니다. 정부는 대한민국 고유의 영토인 독도에 대한 일본 정부의 어떠한 주장도 우리 주권에 하등의 영향도 미치지 못한다는 것을 재차 분명히 하며 독도에 대한 일본의 어떠한 도발에 대해서도 단호히 대응해 나갈 것을 밝힙니다.
South Korea's defense ministry has summoned Japan's defense attache today to protest an annual white paper published by Tokyo, which made a territorial claim over disputed islands located in the East Sea. Now both sides claim long-standing territorial rights over the islands, which are known as Dokdo in Korean and Takeshima in Japanese, and they lie roughly halfway between the two countries. Now we go back to our guest discussion with Raymond Vickery. He's a former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce. Thank you, Vickery. Thank you, Raymond, for staying with us. What role can the United States play here, given its security alliances with both South Korea and Japan, and this now rising geopolitical importance amid Taiwan and China tensions?
Well, thanks again for having me. It seems to me that the significance of the reiteration of this longstanding South Korea-Japan dispute shows the weakness in the Trump approach of America first. The creation of peace and prosperity internationally requires cooperation, particularly among great democracies like U.S.-India, U.S.-Japan, but it also requires that there be leadership to resolve matters other than through disputations and the use of force. The main winner here in a dispute between Japan and South Korea, of course, is China. China has its own territorial claims vis-a-vis Japan, vis-a-vis the Philippines, trying to take over territory, and of course the major flashpoint possibly with Taiwan. The real spinoff from the Russian invasion of Ukraine is a reigniting of the old doctrine that you can resolve territorial disputes by force. We, of course, hope that this would never happen between South Korea and Japan, But the United States has a very definite interest in seeing that the rule of law, that peaceful resolution of disputes takes place not only between adversaries like China and the U.S., but by allies such as South Korea and Japan. And you can't have that approach at the same time as you take America first and things which happen outside of our immediate interest are not of the concern of the United States. They are of the concern, and it requires an overall approach such as that embodied in the United Nations Charter to be able to keep peace in the world so that peace and prosperity can benefit the average man and woman wherever they may live.
Thank you very much, Raymond Vickery, for joining us again and sharing your insight as a former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce, joined us live from Washington.